Hello everybody, it is Victoria coming to you from creativehealingandwellness.com and also, of course, our group name, Become Your Best Self and Transform Your Life. I have a lot of new things happening. Things are buzzing in my head and around me. So there may be some changes. And I am, just so you know, I'm on my iPad and my camera's over here, but my face is over here. So I'm going to try to not watch myself while I speak and speak directly to you. So we're just going to wait to see if people show up. I know we had a few people who wanted to join. So I will just sit here, drink my orange juice, because this night person overslept and only woke up a little while ago. But anyway, so we'll just twiddle our thumbs. Chat, how are you? How are you doing? What's been going on? Anything you want to share? This also goes out to all the replay watchers. Feel free to comment on these things. I do get notifications and I will comment on your questions, and I typically am on several times a day, so feel free, ask, interact. This group is a place of interaction. I noticed we've had a lot of looky-loos, as one of my coaches calls them. People that just kind of sit back, hang back, and just kind of watch the world go by without taking any action. That's not how you transform your life, people. You have to take action to transform your life. So I'm just going to wait here. And then once we get to about 4:35, I'll give you 2 more minutes to pop on, and then I'll just go into my spiel. If there's no questions, I will explain what's going on and the new direction I'm going in. I'm very excited about it, and I hope you will be too. So now I'm just having a chat with you as I drink my morning orange juice. Well, afternoon orange juice, because it's 4:30. But yes, I'm a night person here. Went to bed at 6:30 in the morning, got up at 2. So what has been going on, people? I have been doing lots of research, and I've been trying to think of ways to bring you more and more value. Of course, this only works if you tell me what you're looking for, because remember, I've said this before, this is your group, not mine. I'm not here to shove information down your throat. I'm here to help. I am here to guide you and support you and be, that beacon of light for you as you find your way through this world. And that beacon of light only works if you're looking for it. So feel free, interact. It's time to take responsibility. And, I've said it many times before in the past that personal responsibility is number 1. It is the biggest thing that will help you change your life. Because if you don't see how you are moving through this world and change that to what your desires are, then nothing's going to happen. And you can try to think happy thoughts until you're blue in the face. You can, read books until your eyes are so buggy from reading so many words that you just can't read another one. That's not going to help either, because you have to take the words that are in those books, the words that I am sharing with you, the things that you see in this world, and you have to take them in, and you have to realize that this is your life, not anybody else's. This is your life. And are you going to take that responsibility? Are you going to be the one to put your foot down and say, this is not acceptable? My life is changing today. That's kind of what I did. I was done. I was done with people naysaying, with my inner naysayer, which I still fight with every day. I was done. I was done. Because you know what? This is my life. My life. Not my parents, not my friends, not my coworkers, not my church members, not my husbands, not anything, not the rest of my families. This is my life. And I'm going to live it the way I feel that I am meant to live it. I'm going to follow my heart, and I'm going to follow my destiny and my life's purpose. And nobody is going to deter me from that. And that's kind of the mindset that you have to come up with. Especially if you are in a tough spot. If life has thrown you so many curves that you just don't know how to get off that hamster wheel that I talk about all the time, then, you know, what's your responsibility in it? What are you doing that's keeping you on that hamster wheel? What are you doing that's keeping those voices in your head, you know, cutting you down? What are you doing to allow people to walk all over you? What are you doing? That is the key here. And so that kind of, I guess it leads into, since nobody has shown up, I'm just going to start ranting because I got a lot of rants in me. First, I'm going to say a couple of announcements. I hope you guys saw that post. That there are changes coming, and I have a new direction. And sorry, it's warm here on the front porch, and my hair is kind of frizzing out on me. Anyway, so I've been kind of on my hamster wheel, as far as what my contribution to this planet is going to be. And how my business is going to look like, and how I'm going to start making money. Because, you know, honestly, people, that's why we do what we do, is so we can be successful and prosperous and be able to give back. And that's my goal. Okay, so this whole transformational thing, this is my business. And so I needed to think of it like that in a little bit. Even though I have these thoughts, even though my genuine desire is to help the world and to help those that are guided toward me, that is my ultimate goal. But what type of person would I be if I didn't try to serve myself as well? So this is how so I'm trying to create this business. And I had been on the hamster wheel because I've been giving you guys all these tips that I love and I followed, and I still follow today. And then I felt like it was missing something. Like part of me was missing. You know, granted, my spirituality and my enlightenment and my empowerment, that is 100% me. That is me. That is what I did to get to where I am now and to start changing my life. So I wanted to share that with you. But there's also kind of a quirky side to me. If you've watched some of the videos on the YouTube channel, you know that sometimes I can get a little tough lovey. I get hard. Oh, hi, Lori. So I get in these moods where I need to rant. So I needed to figure out something. So in me figuring out what I am going to bring to the world, to this group, to whatever, I spoke with one of my coaches, and yes, I still get coached. I think if the noble thing you can do to yourself is to invest in yourself. So I still do that. So I was talking to my coach, and I was telling her my little conundrum, and she said, well, you need to break that part of you out that is uniquely you, that helps you kind of get the emotions and stuff out. So we redesigned, and even though we're still going to be about spirituality, oh, thank you. It's my it's called a noren. It's the Japanese curtain, yeah, I'm on my front porch. I figured, what the heck? Let's go in the front porch. The sun's under clouds, so normally when I'm on the front porch, the sun is like beaming in here, and you can barely see me. So, but now we got the leaves are on the trees, got some nice clouds. I can do it. So it's really great. I even have my little Buddha behind me. You can see his little head. But yeah, so thank you. I like this background too. But so, you know, I'm still doing the spirituality. I'm still doing the empowerment. I'm still doing the enlightenment, because I feel that everyday enlightenment is the key to transforming your life. You know, being aware and all that stuff. But what I have come to realize that in my own work on myself, I had to fight past shame and guilt and unworthiness to realize that I am enough just as I am, and I can expand as I feel I need to, but I don't need to add things to my life to make me a better person. I am who I am. I am who God made me. I am perfect as I am. And I believe that that's what I need to help you guys understand. Because one of the things that plagues our society today is that feeling of being unworthy, and that feeling of shame and feeling guilty, and all of those things that go. So, hi Brenda! So I have transformed some of my teachings to help to include helping people break out of that I'm not enough, I'm not worthy, you know, what's wrong with me? All of those thoughts that come into our head, especially when life does not throw us, you know, the nice little things. So that's that's where I'm going now. And so I am now the enoughness coach. So I'm going to teach you how to feel that you are enough, and to not necessarily feel, but to know without a shadow of a doubt that you, as you are in this moment, in this time, despite all of the external stuff, you are enough. You are perfect just the way you are, and you are in control of how much value you give to yourself. So that is the new direction that I'm going, and I'm very excited about it. So I'm going to try to, my head's still spinning. This is relatively new, so it's not even a week old. So actually, no, it's a week old today. So I'm going to try to figure out ways to bring these ideas to you in a nice framework. And I want to start this whole Q&A with a list of a couple things that I think you need to know in this theme. And we can go, after we do this, we can go into the questions of this particular theme, or we can talk about other things. But I wanted to let you in on some secrets. Not really secrets, but they're things that we don't really think about. So I downloaded this article, and you know, a lot of the articles good. This is from Erin Bahadur. It's a blog post, and it's about being enough. But what she has in the article is she has a list of things that we need to know. So we all know that we are more compassionate to others than we are to ourselves. This is pretty much a universal thing. Very few people are compassionate to themselves. They're always compassionate to others. And we forget ourselves. And I've talked about this before on the videos. We cannot forget ourselves, because we need to be full in order to serve others and to help others and to be compassionate with others. So we need to be compassionate to ourselves. Yeah, we're all like that. I'm kind of the same way too. It's, I can be a monster to myself, but yet, oh, you hurt that little fly and I want to start to cry. It's like, I'm like, but I beat myself up. It's such a common human behavior. So there's a few things that you need to know. The first thing, and this is one of the things that is the basis for that is based in shame, that is based in a lot of different emotions, is there is no such thing as perfection. Okay? I'm going to say that one more time. There is no such thing as perfection. It does not exist. So us as humans, as sentient beings, always trying to be perfect at something, it's never gonna happen. Okay? So I know that's like, I'm coming at you like, ugh, but it's never gonna happen. Perfection does not exist. Okay? It does not exist. And if you are Christian, it left 2,000 years ago. So it does not exist. So anyone who believes that there is or insists that you should attain the status of perfection, number one, is not worth your time, is not your friend, and doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. Excuse my language, but they don't know what they're talking about. Perfection doesn't exist. Okay? So that's the first drive-in home I want to say. Now, number two, and this is going to be a little bit of a hard pill to swallow, but this is the truth. And I am like coming at you in my authentic, ranty self, but this is also the truth. So number two on this list is there is no goal ever that you can achieve that will convince you that you are enough. At this present moment, there is nothing that you can achieve that will convince you that you are enough. Because if you achieve this grand goal or you achieve this grand thing, guess what? At the end of the achievement process, you're still going to feel like you're not enough. That's just the way our brains work. Okay? So all of this talk of, well, if I get to here, I'll be much better. Or everything will be great once I get here. Or once this gets accomplished, everything's going to be perfect. Guess what? Perfection doesn't exist, and that's never going to happen. So I just want to, I know it's like, it sounds really harsh, but it is the truth. It is such the truth. Okay? There's no goal on the planet that you can achieve that will make you feel like you are enough at this present moment, okay? So we need to change the mindset, because if we're looking outside and we're looking for the future to feel like we are enough and that, things are going to be perfect then you know what? You're shortchanging yourself, okay? So number three, just as you are an incredible human being, okay? So I got two things that don't exist, but then the third, something that does exist, and that is you are an incredible human being, okay? There is always going to be something that sets you apart from somebody else. There's only one you. There's only one you puzzle piece that fits into the grand puzzle. Nobody else can take your place. You cannot take anybody else's place. You are incredible as you are. You are perfect just the way you are. People fit in the place of their puzzle specifically because it's you. Because it's you. Not because it's you trying to look like somebody else. It's because it's you. Okay? So you are incredible. Yeah, I know. Things, it, on the surface it does. But I promise you, this doesn't. This is going to free you up. This is going to create freedom in your life. This is going to take the load off your shoulders. This is going to help you move lighter through your life. And I promise you, if you take these and believe them, your life is going to start to shift. I promise you. I promise you. So we got 1, no perfection. 2, no goal that's ever going to make you feel like you're enough. 3, you are incredible just the way you are. Okay? Now, 4. Now, I'm going to read this because the way she wrote this in this article is really cool. Okay? So number 4. I know that other people's opinions, external comparisons, and your own negative self-talk may have brought you to a place where you question your self-worth. Some days are worse than others, but realize that on every day, you are enough. You have to realize that. You don't need anything to validate you. As long as you are doing what you feel you need to do in this world, and you are following your heart, and you are trying to be a better person every day, and as I'm going to start bringing to you a lot of everyday enlightenment stuff. So if you live that way, and I truly believe that that way of living is innate in every human being. We all want to be better people. There are just some that think better is way off the rails. Okay, so we all want to be better. So just remember that. Oh my gosh, remember that. You are enough. You are enough. You are enough. Okay? Now, number 5 in this list. As long as you know that you are enough, no one, and I mean no one, can ever tell you different. Okay? So that is how I'm going to start this whole thing out, because that is super important. Because it doesn't matter, even if, let's just say, let's just throw in competitive sports for the giggles of it. So let's just say you're playing one-on-one sport, whether it be racquetball or tennis ball or tennis ball. Yeah, you can tell I'm an athlete, but tennis. So say you're doing something like that. There's 2 of you playing the game. Well, one has to win. Okay? But just because they win doesn't mean they're better than you. Yes, it means they played better than you, but it doesn't mean they're better than you. Because on the equality level, okay, you guys are exactly the same. You're exactly the same. Just because somebody maybe practiced one more day than you did or whatever does not make them as a human being better than you. Okay? And no matter how lost that person is, and say they shout at you, ha ha, you stink, I'm better than you, blah, 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 blah. Guess what? Those words, empty, because you're over here and you know for a fact, without a shadow of a doubt, that you are still just enough as he is just enough. There's no difference, and nobody can demean you. Nobody can take away your value except for you. Okay, rant over. Rant over. So now it's time for the question and answers. Now, I know we had like 5 people that wanted to join in the video, but we only got 2. So, do you have any questions for me? Anything? I know this is like our first question and answer video we've had in a while. So I want to, open the floor to you. What are some of your questions? What are some of the things that you've been struggling with? What are the wins you've had? I know Lori was on our planning video on Sunday, and we were talking about wins, and it's really important to celebrate our wins. It doesn't mean that you know, the struggles are less, but you know, we all have wins. We have little tiny wins every day, and we have big wins every day. And even if you don't see the big win, you know, sometimes even the little wins can be the big wins. Why do people think they are better? Well, I think it's because of the society we grew up in. There are, for generations and generations and generations, and it probably goes back to, if you want to think in anthropological terms, probably goes back to the caveman, where you had two men going out to hunt and gather for food. One comes back with a big, huge kill, and the other one comes back with a rabbit. Well, right there, in the eyes of the caveman tribe, the one who brought the larger food home is better than the one who brought the rabbit home, because if that person who only brings home rabbits, the tribe would starve. So it probably goes back to the very first people that ever walked on this planet. And as we've evolved and as we've grown, it's gone from being purely a survival thing to an ingrained, I guess, predisposition to, and evolved into the nastiness that we see today. We don't need to worry about dying if we bring home the rabbit instead of the buffalo. So I think it's just ingrained. Yeah, it is sad. It is sad. But unfortunately, there are things in this world that we have to allow to be, because there's nothing we can do to change it. There's nothing we can do to stop people from cutting people down and all that. All we can do is be the better person. All we can do is live by example and just behave the opposite of that. Especially when things are so ingrained in the, you know, in the reptile brain of ours. There are things that are left over from the survival days of the caveman that have just morphed into some of the nastiness you see today. And it's really sad. But be the best you can. You know, I got my bubble theory. You know, you fill your bubble around you with so much love and so much compassion that you can't help but to affect somebody else. And that person, hopefully, your influence on them, that, you know, most of it's going to be subtle and unseen, but your influence on them is going to spur them to fill their bubble with more love. And the more we live by example, the more we can teach others that living a compassionate, open-hearted, grateful life is better than fighting everybody left and right. So that's what our role is. And my personal belief is that every single one of us was chosen or requested to come to this planet at this time, in this time dispensation, to serve as the enlighteners of our world. Oh, I got a thing on my thing. And that's what we need to do. We just need to follow that. We came here in 2000s, or the 1900s and the 2000s for a reason. And we just need to embrace that and go with that. And many of us are light workers and we don't even know about it. We have been, you know, kind of kept from the world until now because our hearts are more open and they are more and our minds are more aware. So what do we do with that? And that's the question we all have to ask. What do we do? How do we take the responsibility that we need to affect our small little world around us so we can affect a larger change in the planet? So that's, we got 3 people. I don't know who came in. Give me a shout if you, give me a hi or a hey or a thumbs or whatever. Let me know who's here. It went down to 2, but I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so that is my answer on that. It's very sad, but it's very promising because that kind of gives us an opportunity. It opens more doors for us as light workers and as people who want to see a change in this world. So that's that. So any other questions? Any other questions? Does that make sense to you, Brenda? I know I kind of went off on a little bit of a tangent, but does that make sense? I'm going to drink some more orange juice. That's a perfect win. That is a perfect win. Learning to be still. There's not a lot of that in this world. Not a lot in this world. And becoming still within ourselves allows us to have a deeper connection with God and to the divine energies of this planet. So, and it also allows us to quiet the mind enough to speak to our higher self. Because I am a big believer that we have all of the knowledge that we need right up here and right in here. We have every question we can ever think of in our entire life, we already know the answers to. And being able to be still can allow us to be able to tap into our higher self and receive, our own personal guidance. And, that higher self is so connected to the divine that it knows. And if you're still, you can listen. So any hints on how to keep the light flowing inside myself? Daily success habits. That's probably the best way. And just being more aware. So, have a daily gratitude journal. Keep a success journal. That's another thing you can do. You can keep a success journal where every time you have a win in your life, you write it down. And, that can help you realize, and then you can put the connect the dots. What did I do that day that made, that made my day go so well? So you can kind of connect the dots and see how that is. So yeah, daily success habits, affirmations, gratitude journals, daily prayer, meditation. I can tell you what I've done, and I don't know if it's going to go off while I'm here, but I downloaded an app. It's called the Mindfulness Bell. And because I've had such a hard time getting into a formal meditation practice, because I get so distracted and my brain doesn't even think of it and I don't remember, and it's like this downward spiral. So what I've done is I downloaded this meditation bell, and it's a free app on my iPhone. I think it's available for Android too. But you can set it to go off at your preferred time schedule, and you can schedule the beginning and the end. I have mine scheduled to start going off at 2:30 and go off and then stop at 3:30, and then it goes off every hour and a half throughout the day, and it's just one little Tibetan bell chime. And what it allows me to do is it allows me to stop, take a few deep breaths, and express my gratitude to my Heavenly Father, my Heavenly Mother, my angels, and my spirit guides. And it allows me to open that connection with the divine for just a moment and express my gratitude. And then I take a few more deep breaths, and then I move on with my day. So it sounds very simple, but I've only been doing it for 2 days, and I've had a clear connection with my downloads and my thought processes. I have had things happen that came out of nowhere. I don't know how they're going to, how it's going to be followed up with, but there have been some things that have happened that have been, oh, well, that came out of nowhere. Oh my gosh, I just had an idea. Stuff like that. So that's a good way to help the light flowing, is to be able to pause and express gratitude to God and to whoever you resonate with. Mine, I'll be quite open. It's my Heavenly Father, my Heavenly Mother, my angels, and my spirit guides, because I have from all of my work, I have my sister and my aunt who talk to me all the time. I have the Divine Mother that talks to me all the time. I have God that talks to me all the time. And, they need to be appreciated. I've been told that I have the Archangel Ariel following me around, which is kind of a neat thing. And even if it's just the extensions of one God, they still need to be thanked. They still need to be appreciated for their help in our lives. So that's what the mindfulness spell does for me. So that might be a great way. And then, you know what, Lori, just very simply, just being aware of how you move through the world. Be aware of your triggers. Be aware of what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what makes you angry, and figuring out why that thing makes you angry, figuring out why that makes you feel sad. Because, and that goes to like what I was talking about when we first started this whole video, is personal responsibility. We need to be responsible for our movement through this world. And once you start taking that responsibility and you become aware of how you affect the world around you, you naturally kind of lead towards the light. And you naturally, the light just naturally comes through you. So that is what I would think to do. Does that help you, Lori? Let me know if that helps you. It's getting very warm on this front porch. I think I'm going to open a window. Hold on. Okay. Whew. Sorry for the close-up of my torso. Anyway, so Lori, are you still with me? How did that? Oh, nice breeze. How does that resonate with you? And I just read, Brenda just said, amazing seeing signs. Yeah, it's incredible. And with the mindfulness spell and doing the daily success habits and stuff like that, you will see more and more signs coming your way, and you will get messages all the time. And it's really an amazing, it's an amazing thing. It's really an amazing thing. So, I don't know, did we lose Lori? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's really, once you get in the habit of paying attention, it gets easier and easier and easier. And I'm serious when I say it creates freedom in your life. Because you don't feel so weighed down. You feel lighter, your things aren't so heavy. And you realize that you're in control. you are totally in control of yourself. You are in control of your life. Nobody can make you feel anything unless you allow them. Nobody can make you feel unworthy unless you allow them. Nobody can make you feel angry unless you allow them. And so by taking personal responsibility for ourselves and our behaviors, we free ourselves up. We completely free ourselves from just the most amazing things. So that is, yeah, that's it's real. I'm telling you, it's really cool. Yeah, I'm like, you know, I mean, it's just like you get to see so many cool things too. I mean, like, you can get answers from God in so many ways, in ways you would never expect. Ways that maybe you've been told aren't the right way to get ways. But you know what? God's going to talk to you in any way you're going to listen. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you know in your heart that what message you're receiving is right, because your heart knows better than your mind. If you know, it doesn't matter where the source is, because he's going to talk to you any way he can. And, you know, that whole little, you know, thing, you know, the Lord speaks in mysterious ways. Well, you know what? God, the universe, source, all that is, they all speak to us in mysterious ways. And it's up to us to pay more attention. So it's really cool. Now, I got 3 here on live. I don't know who else is here. I know we got Brenda and Lori. So if you're here, shout a little hello or give me a thumbs up or something like that so I know you're here. But we're just answering questions and talking about, you know, stuff that matter. So, any other questions? It's very warm. Oh gosh, why can't we just have a cold June or a hot June? Let me at least be able to like navigate the heat better. Oh my goodness, yesterday was beautiful for me temperature wise, and now it's like, I don't know. I'm a wuss. So. Anyway, so any other questions? I'm gonna drink some more orange juice. We're actually over our time. I guess I've had a lot to say today. But there's no more questions. I want to leave you with another list I found, another article that I want to read to you. And it's a list of 11 things. But this is going to take all of my harsh words that I said in the beginning, you know, my harsh words, and allow you to hopefully leave with a sense of joy and purpose and value. So, there's the list. Number 1. Now this, actually, I should probably tell you, this is from a blog post from an Alexandra Hope Flood. I want to give her the credit because these are her words, not mine. But I resonated with them, so I wanted to share them. So number 1, you are a miracle. Never forget this fact. Just the science alone is mind-blowing. Okay, I mean, think about it. How we are created. Oh my gosh. We are a miracle. We are a miracle. We are the miracle of life. We are the miracle of soul. We are the miracle of spirit. So remember that. Number 2, you are unique. No one will ever be as good as at being you as you. Seriously. That's her words, not mine. 3, you are enough. Always. Never doubt this. There is nothing to add, but feel free to expand. Number 4, there is always more to learn, but that is not failure. It is a gift. It can be fun too. Number 5, every obstacle is an opportunity to fall further into the miracle that is you. Remember that. That one hit me really big because I totally believe that. I believe in being grateful for every obstacle, every traumatic tragedy, every bad thing that happens to us. We need to be thankful for them because they mold us into who we are. So I'm going to read number 5 again. Every obstacle is an opportunity to fall further into the miracle that you are. Number 6, commit to being the best version of you every day and recalibrate that version of best as you need it. You know, because it's just the act of being better. Just, it's all you. You are in control. Number 7, leave room for others when they fall off the wagon of their own miracle. Now, that took me a couple times to read it. And what it's saying is you need to allow people to fall. Allow people to fall into selfishness, fall into being lost, fall into not being nice, not being compassionate. You need to allow them, because you know what? They're a miracle too. And they have their own journey. And as long as you have control over your feelings, you will not be affected by their bad doings. I'm telling you this. I'm telling you this. So you need to allow people to be who they are. If they want to be a jerk, allow them to be a jerk. Because you know what? Their being a jerk doesn't do anything to you. Okay? That's not your path. That's theirs. So, and I've said this in like early videos, but I'm a big believer in that. You have to allow people to be who they are. You have to allow situations to be how they are. Because if you don't allow, you're just a ball of tension. And that doesn't serve you in any way, shape, or form. And you have to allow people to say whatever nasty things they want to say, to be the jerk they want to be selfish and arrogant and insensitive and unempathetic. You have to just let them be who they are, because you know what? They don't affect you. And if they are, it's because you're allowing them. So leave room for them. And the last 4 are big here. Okay, oops, you got a motorcycle outside. All right, so pardon me. Okay, so number 8, forgive, forgive, forgive. Now, I'm going to say it one more time. Forgive, forgive, forgive. Forgive every which way. Forgive him, forgive her, forgive you. Okay? That's a pretty powerful statement. And I'm going to tell you, I 180% agree with it. Forgive, 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 forgive. Okay? Number 9, compassion is the key to forgiveness. Compassion means you feel humanity towards others. If you forgive others, that means you are compassionate. Number 10, the more you forgive, the more you'll enjoy being you. Because the lighter your load will be. Just as I said, you're going to feel lighter. And number 11, in the end, as in the beginning, you are amazing. So that's what I'm going to leave you with. And we can expand on the whole forgiveness thing. I had actually had a video. Maybe I'll repost it or redo it about forgiveness. I think it was like day 13 or day 14. I think it was day 13 or 14. I don't know. One of those two. So if you go to the YouTube channel, it would be in there, and it will actually say forgiveness on it. So I would definitely say to check that out. But so that is that for today. So I hope these things resonated with you. I know it's a little different from my usual videos because I'm ranting, but I have a lot to rant about, so you're gonna see me rant more. Yeah, so let me know. Do you have any questions about what I just said? And if not, we will end for today. So I'll give you a couple seconds to type and send. Let me know. And of course, after the video is over, You can, continue to comment. You can you can private message me. You can send me your thoughts and your insights or whatever. So thank you. Oh, I'm glad you made it too. I'm so glad you made it too. And I hope these things resonated with you. I'm very excited about this new direction I'm going, and I really hope that it blossoms into great value for you all. So I'm going to leave you with that. And as always, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and walk in love and light. And I will see you very shortly. Bye-bye.